Hello my friends, your friend Patrick Engasser here from Destin, Florida. And I want to talk about my favorite topic today. I know they say that a lot, but this is probably my favorite, and that is lifestyle design. So for those of you who don't know me, I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. As you can tell, I'm not there now. Buffalo's a great place, but the white we usually have there is not sand, it's snow. So I've been blind since birth, and I share that not so that you, not for any reason other than I want you to understand I'm just an average person. If I can create the life that I wanted, that I dreamed of, that my wife and I dreamed of together, you can do it too. And that's really my message. So I want to share with you today 5 steps, just five simple steps on how to start to create the life that you want, design the life that you want. Do you want to live somewhere different than where you live right now? We did. We lived in a place where it snowed a lot, where it was cold. We like the warm weather. We obviously like the beach. It's a little bit cooler than I'm used to here today. It's about 61 and sunny. My Florida blood has come in over the last 6 months since we moved, so I got the sweater on today. But it's still a gorgeous day with the sun, and the water sounds beautiful behind me. So what do you dream of? The first step to designing the life you want, step 1, is really sitting down and defining what that is. Define what that life looks like. And I want you to take out a sheet of paper or open the notes on your phone and really just spew out all your ideas. Just get them all on paper. Ideally on a piece of paper, I think, is the best. I mean, I have to type them out on a computer when I write down goals because writing them out on paper doesn't work for me. But if you have the ability to sit down with a piece of paper and just write out everything you want from your dream life, the life you would design, what would that look like? Define what your perfect day would look like. How many hours a week would you work in your work week? What would you do? Would you be doing what you're doing right now or something different? For me, I really enjoyed what I was doing before in working in the insurance industry, but I didn't have the freedom I wanted. I didn't have the ability to work wherever I wanted. I actually tried to cut a deal with the company I was representing to be able to go live from wherever I wanted, and they're like, no, you have to be here. Like, if you're going to build a team of entrepreneurs, it's going to have to be here. So that's when I started creating my own coaching business so that I have that breakaway income. So will you be able to do what you want, where you want, from wherever, and work the hours that you want and have the freedom you want? If not, what else can you do? What skill set do you have that you can take and mold into an opportunity to do something from wherever you want? And maybe you want to live right where you are, but you'd like to travel more. You'd like to, instead of going on 1 or 2 weeks of vacation a year, you want to go on 5 weeks or 6 weeks or 10 weeks. You want to travel once a month. What would that look like? What would you need to do in order to make that happen? So define the goal and define the dream. Really write out what your dream life would look like. Because the first step is, if you don't know what you're aiming at, you can't hit the target, right? If you don't know where you're supposed to be aiming. It sounds so simple, but sometimes people jump right into step 2 or step 3, and they really don't have a clear definition of what they want. And as a result, once they start designing that life, it doesn't turn out anything like the one that they want. So my wife and I had a really clear vision of what we wanted, where we wanted to live, how much income we would need per month. So write that down. What do you need to earn per month? A lot of times people look at annual income. I'm going to encourage you to look at monthly, because that's probably how you pay your bills. So most of your bills are due every month, or every other week, whatever it is, but for most people it's monthly budget. So budget your income, set up your income cash flow that same way. How much monthly income would you need? All right. Who would you want to invest the majority of your time with? Who would you want to live near? Who do you want to invest more time with? Whether that's your kids, your spouse, your best friend, whoever it is, would you want to travel with those people? Where would you want to invest that time? What would you want to do? What activities do you want to do? Where would you need to live in order for that to be possible? If you're going to travel to make that happen, what would you have to do with your income generation? How would that have to change so that you can travel where you want to travel? Would you have to work out an agreement with your boss or with somebody you currently work with or work for in order to make that happen? So that's step 1, is define the dream, right? Define the lifestyle. Step 2 is reality check. So compare that to where your life is right now. Where do you need to make changes in your life to make that happen? So that's step 2. Where are you right now? Because unless you define the gap, here's where I am, here's where I want to go, unless you define the gap in between, you can't make them congruent. You can't go from here to here if you don't have a clear-cut understanding of what your definition of your ideal life would be over here, over here, and then here's where I am. Here's the gap. I need to figure out how to fill in the gap. So that's step 2, is reality check. So define, clearly define, and then reality check. Number 3, step 3 is you need to encounter that life. You need to sample it. You need to go out and test drive that life. So travel to the place where you want to live. Take a short vacation and do the things you would want to do, even if it's just a long weekend, right? Who do you want to hang out with? Invest some time with them. Take a short trip with them. Be around them more often. And really encounter the life that you want. What would investing more time with your kids look like? What would traveling with your kids look like? Take a short trip if you can't afford to take a long one, right? If you want to stay in a certain place, stay there for 2 or 3 days. My wife and I did that. We came down to Destin 3 years ago, long before we moved, to see, is this where we really want to be? Sample the life, live in the community, get a vacation rental, and stay in a house for over a week so we could learn, is this really where we want to be? Do all the things, sample the life. So that's encounter, is step 3. Step 4 is action, and that's take the first step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we get to step 4, it's time to start taking action. What would be the first, that one step that you would have to take first? Who would you have to contact? What organization would you have to work with? How would you make that first $100, $500, $1,000 to make the first step possible? Do you have to create a website? Do you have to hire an ads company to start creating ads to build the income that you want? What is that very first step you need to do? That for us was I had to start creating income outside of what I was already doing, right? I had to find a way to take what I'm already doing and monetize it in a way that was not part of the income I was already creating. So creating secondary income that was breakaway income that I could work from anywhere, doing what I love doing, right? And then step 5 is I'm going to encourage you to what I call mentor up. That's find a mentor. In most cases, it's going to be hiring someone, hiring a coach. You might be able to find someone in the industry, though, that you can ask to be your mentor. But if you have to hire that person, hire someone who already is where you are, or is a lot closer to where you are and on the track to have what you want. Doesn't have to be the exact same lifestyle, but they've already designed the life that they want and that they dream of. What does that look like for you? Who is that person? Find that person. So it may not be someone like me, who is a coach, and I help people with lifestyle design all the time. It may be somebody who's in your industry and is specific to what you want to do. Someone who has traveled to Europe, if that's what you want to do. So find that person. If I can help you out as a mentor, I'd love to do that. You can just go to talkwithpatrick.com. That's talkwithpatrick.com. And you can book right on my calendar and just explain that you want a strategy session. So if you watch this video, say that you saw this video, type in the title of it and just let me know that's how you found me, and I will waive my fee for that strategy session. So talkwithpatrick.com. I would love to hear from you. And remember, the acronym is DREAM. D, define what you want. R, reality check. E, encounter the dream. A, step 4 is A, action. Takes that first action step. And M is mentor up. If you want to create your dream life, you got a D.R.E.A.M. Steps 1 through 5. And that'll take you where you want to go. But the fastest way to get where you want to go is invest in yourself, invest in your future, find someone who already is where you want to go. That's the best shortcut I've ever found in anything that I've accomplished in life. Find someone who is where I want to go, and then hire them or ask them for advice. I'm Patrick Engasser, and I'm here to tell you I'm just an average person who made this possible. You can make whatever your dream is, bigger than mine, possible. If I can do it, you better believe you can do it. Thanks, guys.